Welcome to the introduction to how to use the CLion interface, which is our IDE for this class, in our introduction to C++ programming. So CLion is, of course, their C++ compiler, but it can actually do a whole bunch of different languages. If you've already followed the instructions that you found on Blackboard or you found them through JetBrains, you should have CLion installed and a compiler installed to make it run. As you can see, I'm running version 2019.2.1, and we're going to start with a new project. This is going to give us a base project in the language of C++ 14. There are others. We don't need to worry about it. You'll probably want to give it a name. In this case, I'm going to call it demo, and then click create. When you do this, you'll actually end up with a whole window that gives you the IDE, or the integrated development environment, that CLion contains. On the left-hand side is a file navigator that you can see your project and the files inside of it. And since this is a C++ program, you'll see main.c++, which is the language that we're using, C++, and the name of the file main. You can also see that replicated at the top here. This cmakes_lists.txt that you see, cmakes_lists.txt, is actually the instructions for compiling and running the program, and it gives you all the information, none of which you need to worry about right now. And we'll close that out because we don't need it. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a window that says, this is how I run the program. How do I build it? How do I run it? How do I debug it? Or at least launch the pieces of the puzzle that do that. So not only do we have a file navigator and a command control panel up here, we've got a notepad area that we actually use to type our code in. And if we run this code, we actually get a terminal at the bottom where it actually shows you the whole compilation and running of the code. And there you'll see hello world, and in the bottom of it, it tells you that it finished with an exit code of 0. In the next video, we'll talk more about how all this is working, but this is the beginnings of how do I play with CLion, how do I get things to run. If you just want to build it, you click the build button, and it tells you, I am building it, build target demo, build finished. Everything was happy. If something was broken, say you forgot a piece of code, it will build it and then tell you you have errors. Please note, you need to learn how to read the errors and see exactly what it's telling you. Sometimes they're very precise and give you good information for how to fix stuff. Sometimes they just kind of give you something that you have to work from. In this case, it tells us where the error is. It gives us the red light bulb of doom that says, hey, something's wrong, and you can fix it by putting in the semicolon. And that is the brief overview of how CLion works and how we're going to be playing with our code.